Welcome back to my Not Diet's Kitchen. It's fall, and fall is a time when we think of what fruits? Fresh cranberries, fresh apples. Well, today I'm going to make a recipe from my recipe book called Beyond Healthy Recipes, and the recipe I'm going to feature is raw Cranberry Delight. Yes, you can eat cranberries raw. I didn't realize that until I began my health journey quite a few years ago now. I thought you had to cook cranberries. Well, this is a very simple recipe and it's always part of our Thanksgiving, but more than that, I hope today you're going to understand you need cranberries year-round. And we start this recipe by chopping up some either walnuts or pecans in the food processor. I've already done that and I chose pecans today. It's interesting, you could use either, but according to Michael Greger, MD, he says that walnuts and pecans are the two nuts with the highest cancer prevention activity. So either way you go on that, you're a win-win situation. But we're going to start with cranberries today, and I want to tell you a couple things about cranberries as we get started. Cranberries are not just good for the urinary tract and kidneys. People think of cranberries when they have kidney or urinary tract infections. However, cranberries are really helpful for the immune system and the brain. I've read some research lately that was just amazing, that people who ate cranberries every day for 10 weeks had an increase of 5 times of their T cells. What are T cells? T cells are our body's first line of defense. So cranberries are great for that. Also, did you know by eating some cranberries, you can get your flu protection. This is our little flu shot because cranberries have a compound in them that keeps the flu virus from being able to multiply. So you may be exposed to the flu virus, but if your system is healthy and you have cranberries, they will help you not to actually come down with the flu when you're exposed to the virus. So we have 8 ounces of cranberries that I've already put in the processor, and to that I'm going to add the juice of 1 lemon. That's usually about a 1/4 cup, and I recommend fresh lemon, not Ria lemon, because it's easy to squeeze fresh lemons. We just always have them on hand as a staple in our house. One other thing I wanted to tell you about cranberries is you can have them year-round, not just in the fall. You can buy them and then just throw that package that you purchased them in right into the freezer, or you can put them into a freezer bag. They freeze great. One way I get them daily is by putting them into our green smoothies. So I've got the cranberries and the lemon juice. Then I want to add a piece of fruit and usually an apple. The recipe calls for an apple. Orange is also really yummy, but for the fall, I like to use an apple because apples and cranberries are both fall fruits and they pair so well together. Now this is a Fuji apple that I'm cutting up, but I want to tell you that did you know all apples aren't equal? All apples are really good for you. In fact, of the commonly eaten fruits, apples have the second highest antioxidant capacity. So that's a really cool fact. You should always buy them organic because apples are on the dirty dozen. If they're not organic, they're highly sprayed. So you're just going to core and quarter that. But I was telling you that all apples are not created equal because some of them have an even higher antioxidant capacity. And some of the best are Fuji, which I'm using today, Red Delicious, Granny Smith, Brayburn. Let me think. I think that's about all of them. There's a few others, but those are some of the ones with the highest antioxidant capacity. Oh, Liberty as well. I knew there was another one. And you want to leave the skin on since it's organic because you've got quercetin and other healthy compounds, other phytochemicals in that skin. So don't peel your apple when you stick it in here. All right. The last thing we're going to add before the nuts is a little bit of stevia. I prefer the Cow brand stevia. It comes with this tiny scoop, and the recipe says 2 to 3 tiny scoops. We'll start with 2, and then what you can do is taste it. And if it's sweet enough for you, leave it with 2. So we aren't adding any refined sugar. The apple will sweeten up the cranberries a little bit, and the stevia will sweeten up the cranberries. So here we go. We don't want to pulverize it. We just want to pulse it so that we have a little chunky cranberry sauce. Okay. Now I like to make this recipe the day before I'm going to serve it because it refrigerates well, but I don't add the nuts until I'm ready to serve it. So I'm just going to serve up a little bit of this, and you could add the nuts right in the food processor and go ahead and mix them in like that, or you can just add some when you're ready to serve it and mix it around there so that the nuts stay crunchy that way. And you can see here, you can still see some cranberry chunks if we can get a nice close shot of that. And I'm just going to taste it and see what it tastes like. Oh, yummy. I call this raw Cranberry Delight for a reason. It delights your taste buds because you've got tart lemon juice, tart cranberries, the sweetness of the apples, and the sweetness of the stevia. Then you've got crunchiness from the apples and the nuts, and you will find this a delight. So I hope you'll enjoy this for Thanksgiving and many times throughout the year.